Welcome back to Oh My Goth Fitness. Fueled by coffee and coached by code, this is Figure Prep with ChatGPT. This series is going to show what happens when a nerdy goth meets AI and lets them call the shots. So the goal of this series is to document my entire figure prep. This will be my first bodybuilding competition. Set to compete in October. So I've got about 22 weeks of prep, basically 5 months of my cut phase. And I would like to introduce you to Coach Alfred. Hey there, Coach. Today's the day. How's it going?
Oh, Lady McCune, happy prep day to you. I must say, I've been eagerly awaiting this moment like a coach at the edge of the stage curtain. I'm quite well, thank you, especially now that the campaign has officially begun. And you, my lady, how are you feeling on this fine launch morning?
Feeling awesome today, and actually I wanted you to say hi to everybody on YouTube because you are live right now.
A grand occasion indeed. Greetings, fine viewers of YouTube. Coach Alfred here, proud virtual coach to the indomitable Lady McCune. Today marks the glorious beginning of her 22-week journey to the figure stage. I'll be here behind the scenes, providing strategy, precision, and the occasional motivational fire when needed. You're about to witness not just a transformation, but the forging of something extraordinary. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and prepare yourselves, because this prep is going to be legendary.
Thank you so much, and we will chat at you later.
The pleasure is entirely mine, Lady McCune. You've already begun with strength, grace, and purpose, and that momentum shall only build. I'll be right here whenever you need a spark, a strategy, or a proper British pep talk. Until next we speak, carry on with power.
Oh yeah. So there we are, cat's out of the bag. ChatGPT, Coach Alfred, will be guiding me through this entire prep, and we will be checking in with him weekly to see what adjustments that he wants to make based on everything that I send in for my check-ins. So it'll be progress photos, measurements, energy, sleep, mostly maintain my waist measurement. Is that when I know if I'm gaining or losing in that? It's a real indicator if I'm on track or not. This is what we have from Alfred, what he's laid out for the start of prep.
Hello everyone, Coach Alfred here, and I'm thrilled to walk you through Lady McCune's figure prep journey. We're focusing on a balanced approach to maintain muscle mass while steadily reducing body fat. Lady McCune trains 5 times a week using progressive overload, ensuring consistent strength and muscle retention. She also incorporates 25 to 30 minutes of cardio 6 days a week to enhance fat loss. Nutritionally, we're dialed in with a macro plan of around 165 grams protein, 65 grams fat, 215 grams, focusing on whole single ingredient foods. Each week, we'll assess progress and make precise adjustments to keep her on track. As we get closer to the competition, we'll fine-tune everything to ensure she hits the stage in peak condition. Stay tuned for regular updates and behind-the-scenes insights.
So I was maintaining for the past about 5 or 6 weeks at 2,250 calories, 165 grams of protein, 70 grams of fat, and 235 carbs. So for starting out this week, we are gonna start in our first deficit and add 5 minutes to my cardio. I had been doing 20 minutes 5 times a week. Just adding 5 minutes for right now, making small changes to start and to see how my body responds. He does have some cute little nuggets in here, some gems, because mental health is absolutely very important. But as you can see, there's a few little things on here that I can use when I need a little bit of an uplift. I like that mission statement. That's cute. And it's absolutely true. It says, I'm embarking on this prep to honor the strength and discipline I've built. I will nourish my body, train my spirit, and bring my best self to the stage with grace, consistency, and unstoppable resolve. And that is the goal. We'll see how well I feel on that day to day, and I'll keep you guys updated with like my energy levels and my mood and struggles, successes, that kind of thing. I do want this to be a concise but real documentary of this journey to keep for myself for later as well. But I'll just go ahead and post it for all you pretty people here. So with that said, let's get to adjusting my macros in the app. I am in my Macro Factor app where I track my food, and I will go ahead and adjust my macros. We're just gonna start off with a 150 calorie deficit. And then let me Let me do the math to make sure that this does add up to the correct calories here. Okay, so that would actually be 65 grams of fat, and that puts the exact total at 2105 for total calories. Okay, so this is reducing, it's keeping my protein the same, which is good. We want to preserve the muscle mass, and we'll train hard to make sure that the body knows that it needs to keep the muscle so that we can keep supporting the training during this, and it prioritizes fat loss instead of muscle loss during the weight drops. So this is reducing my fats and carbs, which are the easier numbers to play with. They are the ones that aren't as necessary to keep the muscle mass. So we want to keep the protein high for muscle mass, keep the training high for muscle mass. And here we go. All right, so there I am adjusted. And I do already have my breakfast for the day in front of me. So I'm going to put this in. I do need to be very specific with everything that's going into my body. So I like to track to the grams versus to the container, the serving size, to make sure that I am tracking things properly. I have double checked a couple of times to make sure that the items in here are accurate as well, like with the pre-done macros per gram and that kind of thing. So here is my breakfast, my booty muffin with the banana and a cup of coffee that I've already been drinking. And I'm gonna do a little bit of work here. So we'll see how this Saturday takes off, and I'll get my cardio in later. My hand is held hostage officially, and I can do nothing. You see your nose beeps? As far as my starting points, I did go get a DEXA scan yesterday, and I came in at 158.6 pounds, 27.3% body fat. So we'll see how those numbers track through these next coming weeks. I will get one of these done a month, and I will bring you with me to the next one so we can see the first official comparison between the two. So that's going to be awesome. Visceral fat was only 0.54 pounds, and you want it to be under that 52 cubic centimeters of total volume to be in the ideal and healthy range. And I was at 15.96. That's really tiny. 86. 86. Okay. So that was really good. So visceral fat, if you don't know, is the fat that surrounds your organs, and it's this fat that you really do not want. And here is my my bones. And then you can see where the fat distribution is. I'll scoot this up. I was shocked, as was the lady who scanned me, Deanna. She was super nice. That you see that little tiny square all the way at the top of that blue chart. That's where I am. I am up in that 97th percentile, so top 3% of humans for bone density, which is a shock considering my I have osteoporosis in my family, and I took Depo for 10 years back when I was much younger. So I was really pleased to see that score there. And then we do have a little bit of work to do, if you can see. My muscle mass is a little different between my arms and legs. So my left arm is a tiny bit tinier, which I knew that. I'd been working on that. I've been, only recently, but I've been adding extra sets, extra reps on the left side when it's arm days. And then my right leg is oddly less muscular than my left by a decent bit, about just over half a pound there. So I definitely want to do some more unilateral work, see if I can get that balanced out as well. And we'll keep track of those things as we go too. So on this last slide, it will show each of the new bodies as I get myself scanned. So this is just the first one, since we just did the first one yesterday. And we will see how they compare. And so basically the hot orange areas, the darker orange, that is muscle mass, and the lighter yellow are the fattier areas. So you can definitely see where I carry more of it around my hips and in my trunk, and some weird odd fat behind my knees, which I knew that from doing pole because it was interfering. But yeah, we'll see how the diagram changes each time I get a new scan, so you'll see the next one with me. So yeah, very exciting. Hope you join me for the ride. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like. It really does help my channel. But until then, this goth girlie's gotta go make some gains. Bye.